ranch is about 400 acres, and most of that is actually forested land. From the farming aspect, it's about 24 acres. A little less than half of that is planted to Zinfandel, which is the 50-year-old dry farm Zin.
Amazing stuff.
And then we also grow Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and a bit of Merlot as well. And they do really, really well here.
When you were a kid, did you even think that you would be continuing the reins of the family here?
So I did. I grew up here. We moved from Berkeley when I was about 3 years old. And I spent my childhood in the vineyard behind us, you know, really just playing, living here. It wasn't so much about the business of farming. It was really more about the living of farming and of rural life.
Sitting up here, it's just majestic. And you can really get a sense of place whenever you're here. What makes kind of Howell Mountain so special, but also the Black Sears Vineyard here?
So one of the things is the climate. We are typically above the fog. So we're about 2,400 feet above sea level. It's really unique. We typically are about 2 to 3 weeks later than the valley in terms of bud break and harvest and all of that. But during the summertime, we're about 10 degrees cooler than the valley floor during the height of the afternoon, and we're about 10 degrees warmer than the valley floor at night. So I think that evening out of temperature, it's really just kind of steady throughout the growing season. So that allows for more even ripening, a little chance to have it just be more gentle for the ripening of the fruit.
Looking at the Zinfandel programs, I mean, I always love the Black Sears Zinfandel because we're able to really give it the hang time that we're looking for in Zinfandel. It creates so much more of that flavor. It's always one of the later Zinfandels that we bring into the winery, and I think it really shows in the wines.
Yeah, this past 2025 harvest was their 50th season. So they are dry farmed, which means there's no irrigation. We don't water them, and they're really in touch with the weather. I really think there's a lot of wisdom in those vines.
In the last decade, we've been hit with a lot of different challenges in the vineyard, especially, you know, being up here on the mountains, whether it be pests, diseases, or even like wildfires. There must be a lot of struggles there. And I was wondering, how do you deal with these struggles? And it must be very stressful. What do you do to help get you through that?
We have certainly had struggles. And then, you know, the 2020 glass fire, which hit all of Napa Valley quite hard, was really difficult for us. We lost a lot of our Cabernet vineyard to that fire that we had to replant, and, you know, acres and acres of forest that burned. Not to mention, you know, our home, we live here and we were out of power for 15 months. So it really was just a reevaluating of what does it mean to be here. And Chris and I at one point looked at each other and said, we can't do this anymore. We're sure we can't, we're out of here, we're selling. And we realized there's nothing else that we would rather do. There's nowhere else we would rather be. We are absolutely living the life that we built and that we desired for ourselves and our family.
That is a breath of fresh air for us. We are so glad that you decided to stay with the vineyard, because I don't know what we would do without the Black Sears. And so I'm glad that you were able to get through those struggles. I'd like to talk a little bit about the 2025 vintage in particular. How is it a little bit different maybe than the other vintages?
I think it was one of the most exciting growing seasons we've seen in a long, long time. From the beginning, it was just, we had plenty of moisture, the temperatures were perfect, we had no heat spikes. This was just picture perfect growing season, and we didn't have to scurry to pick fruit. So I think it's really one of the most exciting vintages we've seen in a long, long time.
And it's really neat to be able to allow the vineyard to really speak for itself. Having that nice even growing season, it really It gave us amazing color, and the fruit profile is complex and interesting. You guys should be very proud of what you've created, and we are very happy to be able to be a part of that. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a very special place that we live in, for sure.
It's a very, very special place.